Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? That's the question that keeps coming up whenever I stare at a high-end range like the ZLINE 30-inch Legacy Dual Fuel. If you're on the fence, you probably wonder whether the dual fuel concept will actually simplify your cooking routine or just add another layer of complexity. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what you're really getting, where the trade-offs lie, and who will actually feel comfortable spending a chunk of their remodel budget on this unit. First-time buyers of a dual-fuel range often feel torn between the promise of professional-grade gas burners and the convenience of an electric convection oven. In the real world, that promise only delivers value if you regularly do a mix of high-heat searing, slow roasts, and multi-rack baking. If your kitchen looks more like a coffee macaroni zone or you rarely roast a turkey, the added cost of a separate gas line and the extra installation work may not be justified. On the other hand, if you already have a gas line and you love the crisp, evenly browned results that a convection oven can give, the ZLINE could be the sweet spot that makes your weekend cooking feel like a restaurant shift. The biggest practical strength of this model is its 4 hand-cast, Italian-made sealed burners. Those burners deliver quick, consistent flames that can go from a gentle simmer to a roaring blaze in seconds. I've seen home chefs use one burner to wok-stir a whole dinner in under 10 minutes, while keeping a low-heat sauce simmering on another burner without ever worrying about uneven hot spots. For people who love the tactile control of a gas flame, tweaking the flame by ear, feeling when it flickers just right, the ZLINE feels like a genuine upgrade over the typical electric coil or basic induction tops you'll find in most mid-range appliances. Equally important is the 4.0 cubic foot convection oven. The interior capacity is large enough to fit a 23-inch sheet pan, which means you can roast a whole turkey, bake multiple trays of cookies, or even stack a lasagna and a pizza at the same time. The triple-layer glass and aluminum mesh seal they brag about really does keep the heat in, so the oven recovers its temperature quickly after you open the door. In a test run, a 20-minute bake cycle only lost about 10 degrees when the door was opened to check a cake, something you'll notice in the consistency of your baked goods. Now, here's where the hidden trade-offs start to appear. The dual-fuel configuration means you'll need a professional installation that includes a dedicated gas line, a proper venting system for the burners, and an electrical connection for the oven. Those prep steps can add $500, $800 to the total cost, depending on your home's existing setup. If you're moving into a house without a gas line, you'll either need to run one, something a plumber will charge for, or you'll have to settle for a single-fuel alternative. That extra upfront expense is something many buyers overlook when they focus on the appliance price tag alone. Another practical weakness is the learning curve associated with the combination of gas and electric controls. The oven's digital convection settings operate with a separate control panel from the gas burners, which can feel a bit disjointed for someone used to a single knob interface. In my experience, the first few cooking sessions feel like you're juggling 2 different appliances. Once you get the rhythm setting the oven temperature, then moving to the burners, the workflow smooths out, but it's not as intuitive as a pure gas range where you simply turn a knob and watch the flame. The blue matte door finish is a nice aesthetic touch that can either complement a modern kitchen or clash with more traditional cabinetry. It's less prone to fingerprint smudges than a glossy stainless, but it does show scratches more readily if you're not careful when moving large pans in and out. That's a cosmetic concern, not a functional one, but it can affect how the unit ages in a household where kids or pets are frequent kitchen visitors. If you're the type who loves to entertain, the ZLINE's large oven capacity and fast response burners can save you both time and stress. Imagine a Thanksgiving scenario: start a turkey in the oven, finish side dishes on 2 separate burners, and keep a dessert simmering on a low-heat flame, all without juggling multiple appliances on different countertops. The ability to quickly sear a steak on a high-output burner and then slide it into the oven for a finishing roast is a workflow that many home chefs say they can't replicate on a standard electric range. Conversely, if your cooking habits revolve around a single-pot stew or a daily bowl of oatmeal, the extra firepower may sit idle most of the time. In those cases, the money you'd spend on a dual-fuel range could be redirected to a higher-quality standalone oven or a reliable induction cooktop, which often have a lower installation budget and still deliver excellent results.